Greetings YouTube, Fuzzfinger here, and welcome to today's episode of Final Fantasy XII, and the plan is to make our way, as far as we can get anyway, to Arcades. So please do come and join me, and if you enjoy watching, don't forget to hit that like button, and be subscribed to my gaming channel. Let's get started. So check the teleport stone, the orange crystal, because it might be possible you can teleport to now being a fortress if you visited that area in the past. If you can't, like me, then we're going to go ahead and go there manually. And I haven't done a whole lot here in the Ester Sand, so we're going to start by heading north. I'm just going to show you on the map here. Just going to go north here. So from this zone, which is only the third zone in actually, we're going to head over to the east. And you can see the passage or the exit that we haven't explored because it has no name on its label. Sometimes trying to control the character when you've got a 4x speed on can be a losing battle, can't it? But here we are, so we are going to use the save crystal now. After saving, we can do a little bit of shopping while we're here, see if there's anything we need to stock up on. Bit of a detour, if you'd like. It's a good place to take a break after all. And we do need to prepare for the upcoming challenges. And so you want to make sure that all your characters now are getting nicely powered up and making a name for themselves with their various job roles. So we get a cutscene here. Very nice cinematic there. So all we're going to be doing here is just checking out the wares, see if there's any magics, for example, that we don't have yet that we could do with stocking up on. And it is just a case of do we have it or not. It looks like we have all these though. So I don't expect anything new. But, you know, the Zodiac Age has changed things around a bit, so it doesn't hurt just to check things out. Got all the techniques already. Now, gambits can be an interesting one because gambits used to be found in chests, but now you can purchase them. And again, I'm pretty sure I've probably got most of them by this point. There might be the odd one or two that we still need to stock up on. Nope, we're sorted with gambits. So I'll just go and check out the weapons and armour. And then we'll be making our move. Okay, back at the save point, we're just going to enter the northern exit here, or the northwesterly exit. And this will take us into a new area that we haven't yet visited, known as the Mosphoran Highwaste. And as usual, we're going to have a standard treasures and everything that we can go ahead and collect while we're here. There's also going to be another orange save crystal for us to trigger, so that we get another waypoint saved. We'll start by taking on the enemies as we make our way through this first area here. Grab the treasures as well, of course. There's a couple of treasures that we're going to want to grab around this place, especially the Thief's Cuffs, which actually spawn in this particular dungeon, I guess we can call it, although it's more of like an outback, isn't it, than anything else. Right, treasures, that's what I'm looking for. Libra would obviously help against the traps. treasure here. So the destination at the moment that we're heading to is northwest. Although I'm pretty sure both exits lead to the same place. And there can be a chest here, there is. So there will be an opportunity to grab a map for this place soon. And we're starting to build up a chain. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, yeah, so that would have been the other exit we would have come out of. Had we had chosen to take that one. Guess it's good night to our chain. I knew there was a chest here. There it is. So you can take that exit if you want to go back to the Ester Sand for whatever reason, but that's where it takes you. Just explore this. And then we're going to take this exit. And the reason for that is we get a save crystal, that orange one that I was telling you about. Could actually be a treasure spawn, I believe, around here, so I just want to see. Yeah, there it is. 31 gil. That was worth it. And around here is that item I was talking about. The Thieves' Cuffs. So that's a one-time spawn. That's going to change your steal items, or the items that you steal. I'll just show it to you. So you are going to be using that in this game. Enables the theft of superior and rare items. Obviously, it's a nice one to grab. And there's actually another one-time rare spawn that can take place down here. But it doesn't look like it's going to be today. Unless we reset the area, of course, we could do that. But I'm just going to go and save up first. Right, there's a couple of NPCs that we want to be aware of in this area. First of all, of course, you've got your merchant. And Lucio here actually has a couple of spells that we probably don't have. Ah, and some nice weapons as well, so I'll be having a look at those. But in particular, Aregar and Vanishgar. The two spells we need to pick up while we are here. And that should be all of those. And then I'm going to check the equipment out for that in a moment. But also around here somewhere is the Moogle that sells us the map for the region. It's the cartographer we're looking... Oh no, it's the scout, okay. So it's the Mosphoran Highwaste. Yes, thank you very much. And with that done, I'm just going to check out that gear and see if there's any upgrades. Right, this giant bomb that the scout is telling us about in the Salika Wood is an optional boss we can take on. So we'll do that a little bit later. I'm not going to worry about it at this particular moment in time. We've got our other troubles to take care of. Okay, so there's one more thing I want to show you in this area before we move on. You'll see that all around there's these kind of, well, shrine-looking buildings with the moss and the foliage growing along the... So we can speak to this guy here, the Learned Man, and he'll give us a bit of information. So they are shrines, and it sounds like there's a bit of a side quest to do with them, and there is, but not right now. So we'll be doing that a little bit later on. And if we just make our way over to the northwest here. So there'll be a few areas we're not going to explore in this place right at this moment, but we will be doing them later on. So this place is known, interestingly, as the Trail of Sky-Flung Stone. And you can get some fairly tough enemies around here, so these snakes like to pop up as they normally do, of course. Although I'm sure we're all used to that by now. If there's one thing we've had our fair share of in this game, it's snakes. And it's recommended, of course, that you have some... Hang on, just let me sort out my party. Some ranged attackers is what I was saying. Fran, Bash and Penello should do the job nicely. What is going on? Guess it's got too far away. Okay, we'll leave it. Things have to be so complicated at times, don't they? They don't need to be. Grab the treasures. Ah, a pair of ghillie boots. So I believe that is a one-time spawn treasure. Just check the other side as well. There can be other stuff. Just keeping those range casters and range damage dealers handy here as we make our way into the next area. And we're storming towards this Salik Wood. So I'm going to get rid of Bash for the time being since he's level 31. Try and get Varn and Balthea maxed out a bit. Dum dee dum 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 dum. Could do with a healer. Mind you, Van's okay at healing for the time being because he's got Curagar. Van is basically our paladin, since he's a knight who can heal. Nothing else around here, so let's move on. Check that Fran doesn't have the diamond armlet on. She does actually, so I want to get rid of that pretty pronto. Give her the thief's cuffs for a little bit. And I'm going to give Ash the Sage's ring since it's very, very good for your strongest caster. And since Ash is our healer, that 50% MP reduction cost for all spells is not going to go to waste. I know it's annoying I'm switching characters left, right and centre here, but I am trying to make the most of all the experience we're getting so that everyone can catch up. Just have to bring Balthea for the ranged. Did I say Balth? I meant Bash on that occasion. Right, 29 is now our minimum level, which is pretty awesome. A giant stone bow, interesting. Should we see if that's any good? It's not, but it's pretty good if we didn't have the burning bow. Interestingly, the burning bow doesn't actually have anything in the way of element attached to it. I know it sounds like it'd be a fire bow, but it isn't. So you can get a treasure here. And another treasure. Always doesn't hurt to look, does it? Right, and now we can head into the next area, of which there could be 2 treasure spawns, one of which is a one-time only treasure, so it should be good if it spawns. So the first one is just your normal treasure, 100 gil, okay, and this one is your one time only. An elixir, not too shabby. And here we can go now into the Salic Wood. So I do actually like this area. I just like the look of it. Yeah, it reminds me a little bit of something out of Star Wars, Return of the Jedi. But just the whole green, lush jungle. And yet we're kind of floating on platforms that are attached to the trees. But we're going to start heading along the fairly linear path of this dungeon. Grabbing the chests and killing the enemies on the way. So pretty standard affair really, I suspect. There can be a chest both in this and the other dead end in this area. File of eye drops, eh? Move on to the next area. So there's a save crystal in this area if you want to use it. I'll use it a little bit later. There's a forest traveller we can speak to as well, who will give us a little bit of information. And this is basically a Moogle area, in the sense that there's quite a few Moogles here, and even a kind of like mini game involving the Moogles. So he tells us a little bit of information there, and that the way to the east is actually blocked off, so we won't be heading over there for the time being, and that he's dropped his map, so we'll be getting that as well. If we head over here, we can see the Moogles are already showing themselves. So we're going to go ahead and chat. Ooh, a visitor Kupo. And okay, we don't get any real useful information, but at least we know that they're there now. So we can go ahead and find the map for this area, but it's not in this particular zone. We're going to head over to the next. So this is the Trunk Wall Road. By the way, these pumpkin enemies are weak to ice, so you can equip the ice brand if your characters can actually do so, and you have it, and you probably will have it. So we're going to stay to the right for the time being. And if we stay to the right, we'll find the urn containing the map. There it is, look. Okay. Well, I know it's not been the longest episode, but I'm going to finish off because there's that mini game I was talking about coming up, and I would want to try and keep that for the next episode. I did see that chest, but I forgot about it, so I'll go and grab it now. And then we'll continue on then with that in the next video. So please do come back and join me for that. If you've enjoyed watching today, let me know in the comments section maybe, and go ahead and throw a like on this video for me. And thanks ever so much for joining for the walkthrough for this episode. I hope it's been helpful to you. Come back again soon and we'll carry on with it. I look forward to that. Cheers all. Bye.